Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to our Beverly Hills 90210 show. It is April 20th, 1995. My name is Mark. With me as always is my girlfriend Carol. How are you, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
I'm trying to be super professional because Carol has told me that I'm unprofessional.
I didn't say you're unprofessional.
You heavily implied that the whole like singing along and that kind of stuff and being all flippant, it's just not professional and I can't do it. Why? What are you taking? What are you doing? Why are you taking that away?
Because you're flapping your arms around, you're going to knock it over.
Oh my God. I can't even have it. Just see, this is what I'm talking about. It's like
right next to our recorder, you have an open container and you're flailing your arms around.
I'm simply gesturing with my hands.
Uh-huh.
Just simple gestures. It's a short glass. It would take a lot to knock that over. It's not top heavy.
Your luck this week,
low
I
center of
wouldn't
gravity.
push it, okay?
That's true. That's a solid point. But this week, we watched an episode of 90210 for this show.
Yeah, I'm glad we did, considering this is the 90210 episode.
I think we should just watch Sliders and call it Beverly Hills 90210 Sliders.
Oh, I think that would really mess with people's heads. They tune in on Monday, and instead of Beverly Hills 90210, good old Brenda and Brandon, they've got Sliders.
Good old Brenda and Brandon.
Right?
Yeah, we should have done that for April Fools.
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
That would have been. We didn't do anything for April Fools.
No.
We're boring.
I think April Fools is stupid anyway.
Yeah, kind of.
Why try to... I don't know. I don't like pranks that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think they're funny.
Me either.
Not my type of humor.
What's the worst prank you ever had?
The worst prank ever pulled on me?
Yeah.
My dad convinced me for 2 years that I was adopted.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not fun.
Oh.
And my mom just went along with it.
You didn't actually you believe this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought I was adopted for 2 years.
Why do you think you're not now?
Because I have my dad has a very specific trait that's only in our family.
Okay.
It has to do with something below the belt.
Oh.
And I have the same trait, so.
Huh. Well, you'll have to tell me what that is later.
Do you know how it looks like on my testicles? Do you know how it looks like I was sewn?
Are we seriously going to discuss your testicles?
Like there's a seam up the middle, you know?
Sure.
Well, yeah, that's all the men in my family have that.
So you saw your dad's balls?
Hmm?
Why?
Well, he took me to the Lions game one time when I was like 9 years old, and I had to go to the bathroom. So, for women out there and for Carol that don't know this, when you go to the bathroom at the Silverdome, where the Lions play, there's no stalls. There's no stalls and there's no urinals. There's a trough, like a circular trough, like 5 of them, just kind of in the middle of the room.
Wow.
And all the guys just stand shoulder to shoulder and pee.
That's awful.
So you can't help but see, a lot of dick.
What if you have to poop?
I think there's 1 or 2 stalls for that.
Okay.
But if you're peeing, you're standing up. So I happened to look over, and I saw not only the seam, but I saw that my dad was uncircumcised. And,
it's TMI.
Like I said, I was like 7 or 8. Well, my dad was born in his house. Like, that's where he was born.
Wow.
So I said to him, I said, what the hell is that? And he said, I'm unedited. I'm uncut.
Oh, how weird.
So then he explained to me that, that he wasn't circumcised.
Wow. Man, guys are way more open about their genitalia with each other than girls are. I mean, granted, there's really no reason for me to ever look at another girl's stuff, but yeah, it's weird.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
So how about Beverly Hills 90210?
Yep. So Brandon's testicles, seamless. We find that out in this episode.
Right.
No, but yeah, so this starts...
No, but yeah.
What?
No, but yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? Maybe you should be more professional.
Continue.
How about that?
Continue, please.
Interrupting your co-host.
Okay, we talked about this last week.
What?
We talked about this last week.
What? What did we talk about?
The interrupting.
Interrupting cow? That's what you're talking about?
Moo, yeah, that's it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. Anyway, so this episode begins with, I believe it begins with, yeah, it does. It begins with a news report. They turn it up for whatever reason. They're watching the news, but it's muted or whatever. And all of a sudden you hear, Mr. McKay. And they're like, hey, turn it up. That's Dylan's dad.
Right.
And they turn it up, and Dylan's dad's getting taken to jail.
And all of his assets are being seized.
Yeah, and for some reason, Brandon and Brenda's dad, Mr. Walsh, hates Dylan's dad and hates Dylan by proxy, I guess. But
I think some of that has to do with the fact that, he put his penis inside of his daughter.
Well, yeah, I guess. Circumcised, I would imagine, right?
One would imagine.
But, so, I don't know why he hates, or what's his name? McKay, Dylan's dad. I don't know why he hates Dylan's dad so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's just like
it's
one
like
of those...
he stole money from him.
Right. I think he's just one of those people that's like really obsessed with like being good and fair and just, and
I guess
he doesn't like it when people break the rules.
Well, I don't think anyone really likes it when people break the rules, except for, I don't know, Claw from Inspector Gadget. But next time. But I don't know. It's like he really reacts viscerally.
He does
when he hears about him.
Yeah.
Does he look like he's innocent?
It's very weird.
The guy's walking around with handcuffs on because they're leading him out. I mean, plenty of people have been walked around with handcuffs on that weren't necessarily guilty.
Yeah, and Brenda said he's guilty till proven innocent, Dad.
The other way around.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, guys, it's a little bit late. I'm a little bit tired.
Brenda lives in a dystopian society.
Right.
So that's the first thing that happens. What happens next?
Then she calls Dylan.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there, and the music gets all...
And she's trying
I'm sorry, that wasn't professional.
She's trying to reach out and let him know she's there for him and ask if he's okay. And he won't pick up. He's just listening to her voice on the answering machine.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, he's at the beach.
Yeah, that's
gonna go surfing. And there's like a radio report about like how big the waves are and stuff.
Well, also this guy just shows up out of nowhere. I think his character's name in the credits was just Exposition. and he was like, hey... what do you think, surfing guru?
Right.
Says. And the guy goes, oh, major squalls, man, blah, 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 surfing terms. You'd have to be crazy to hang a knuckle out there with the, whatever, right?
Right.
And then he just walks away. That's all he does. That's his whole sole purpose is do that and then walk away.
Yeah. So, of course, Dylan goes out. And for some reason, it's like at first I was like, who is his emergency contact? But apparently they found Brandon's number in his car.
Yeah, Brandon's name and number in his car. What?
Like written on a notebook or something?
It was in a journal with hearts.
Right.
And yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
So, yeah, so Brenda gets the call that he's in the hospital. Mm-hmm. And they all go to see how he is.
Broken ribs. And
a
apparently,
mild concussion.
Yeah, apparently he was saved from traumatic brain injury by the wrinkles in his forehead. I think that the fat pads there formed a protective cushion.
Right.
Because they have. It's almost like he told them to do this. They have his one visible sign of him being injured because he has no cuts, no bruises. They had no budget for makeup on the show or anything like that. Don't worry about it, okay? They have no budget for makeup on the show. So what they did is they just put a Band-Aid or whatever, a gauze over his forehead, covering up those wrinkles.
Right. So he's all like, "Oh, Brenda, I'm sorry I didn't answer the phone when you called, and I'm like, I need you." And she's like, "Yeah, of course." And then so I'm gonna run away from you because you need me, like a bitch.
That is exactly what she said.
I mean,
it was weird that she called herself a bitch.
But I mean,
actually, she kind of does call herself a bitch later. Because she said they're talking about Shakespeare, and she goes, to be a bitch or not to be a bitch.
Yeah.
and Brandon says, I don't think you're really being a bitch.
Yeah. She is, though.
And then he calls her a C word.
What? No, he doesn't.
Okay. Wow, you were really... It's more fun when you're really tired.
Anyway.
I've had some beverages, too, so that's fun.
Yeah, he's still having beverages.
It's the first time.
By the electronics.
It's over here on the non-electronic side now.
Okay.
Now if I drop it, it just ruins our life.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would it ruin our life? Oh my god. You're making me so nervous.
It's over nuclear launch codes.
Anyway, so he says he needs her, and she basically says she'll be there for him. But then she's like,
she says, I'll be there for you.
She's like, okay, but...
And she goes like this.
I'm going to stop trying.
And then, if you haven't already, and then, that's a joke. And then...
Jerk.
And then she says that, hey, that sounds like a good song. I'll give it to my friends, the Rembrandts, because even though Friends is already out now, it wasn't out when the show aired, when this episode aired.
That's true.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ends her conversation with Dylan and goes to her mother.
Yeah.
Who says that the doctor told her that he was going to keep him in the hospital for a few days because he has some broken ribs and a mild concussion. And there's no one to take care of him at home. Mm-hmm. And that instead of allowing that to happen, her mother said, we'll take him home and take care of him.
And Brenda's pissed.
Oh my God, so pissed. I just broke up with him. Why would you do this to me? Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck, Brenda?
She's like, it's only a couple days.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he can't be in the same house as her.
Well, because
they broke up, they're trying to be friends. If they broke up, mm-hmm. she'd have a point if they broke up and she was like, I'm not seeing him anymore. Then I'd get it.
Yeah.
But they're still trying to be friends, and she's still friends with Brandon, and they still hang out in the same circle.
And it's not like he did some terrible thing to her either. No. It's not like he cheated on her or hit her or something.
They really kind of play it like that, too. They play it like it was his fault. It's her fault.
Yeah. She broke up with him.
She wanted to break up with him because she needs time. She needs the summer to figure herself out or something.
No, because she was feeling overwhelmed about their sex life, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because she thought she was pregnant.
Yeah. So, stupid all around and mean. But they do... What?
I was just thinking that if Shannon Doherty had a biography, that would be the worst title. Stupid all around and mean. But
I'm not talking about Shannon Doherty.
No, I know. It's
talking about Brenda.
Okay, if Brenda had a biography.
They are not the same person. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that would be a perfect title for Brenda's biography, because I really don't like her.
Stupid all around and mean?
Yes. So they take him home. And her mom asks Brenda to go check on him, take him something, whatever. Finally, the glass is empty. Yay, I can stop worrying. And she's like, no, Mom, I'm not playing nursemaid to him. You brought him here. You're taking care of him. Peace out.
Right. And then the mom starts getting a little Florence Nightingale-y. and she ends up making out with him.
No, she does not, you freak.
What? That doesn't happen?
Were you taking shrooms when we watched it?
That must have been it, yeah. I just had some on pizza. That's all.
Oh, okay.
That's how, when you take them, this is a public service announcement for everybody out there. When you take them, don't just eat them straight. You will vomit.
Ew.
Oh, for sure. If you eat them straight, you're going to regurgitate. So I just made that up just now. So you want to eat it with food.
Okay. And her mother goes, not Florence Nightingale, but she does make a lot of food.
Yeah, she makes some nice stuff.
Like, Brandon looks very jealous.
Well, I would assume that everyone's eating the same thing. Like, it's not a personalized meal, is it?
But she only made it because Dylan's there, I think is the point. But
well, Dylan's the most attractive on the show.
And then, okay, so on the beach, Kelly was talking to her mom about boys playing volleyball.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever done this with your mom? Where you're sitting out, like, guy looking, like guy scoping out or whatever with your mom?
Yeah.
It seems weird.
It's not.
I've never sat with my dad and checked out girls.
Really?
No, why?
Because you're both guys. You both like to look at girls.
But he's old as fuck.
So, he's not dead.
Not yet.
And, it's not like we were checking out the same guys. I'd look at, like, a guy my age, and she'd look at a guy that's, like, probably his dad. And,
well, that's not as bad.
Yeah. So, it's not like we're looking at the same people.
But they were both looking at young studs.
Well, yeah, her mom's a little bit gross.
Mom wanted a young stud.
My mom wouldn't play it like her mom. She'd be like, I like him for you. Gotcha. But it's like vicarious living. She really likes him for her.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't talk to my dad about that stuff. Anyway, so, yeah, they're scoping out guys, and they come upon, what's his name? Ted from Hey Dude.
Kevin?
I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Generic, cute volleyball boy.
We'll never, ever see him again.
Exactly, so there's really no point in learning his name. But Kelly catches their volleyball and won't give it back until he agrees to give her private volleyball lessons, which is a little super aggressive.
Oh, yeah. Well, Kelly's just aggressive anyway.
She is. So, they're doing their lessons later, and it gets a little flirty, and he asks her on a date, which it's their first date. And what she does, I kind of think is a little much too, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, they're on the beach. I don't know what the point of the date was. Like, were they eating?
What the point of the date was? But
I mean, like, they're just chilling on the beach.
She knows what the point of the date was. That's what she was trying to get to.
Yeah. Well, she just is like, hey, I'm going to, like, frickin' skinny dip in the ocean. And he won't go out there and join her. And then she starts kissing him. And he's like, what are you doing? Too much, too fast.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming on
way
too strong.
Too soon. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't act like that on a first date.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't act like that on our first date.
I did not. I mean, granted, there was no beach to go skinny dipping in, but yeah. So, I don't know.
I mean, you took off all your clothes, but you didn't go to the water.
I did not. He's lying. A liar. So, anyways, she gets really, like, hurt and offended because he doesn't want to, like, fuck her.
Would you? Would you get hurt and offended too?
I mean,
let's say this was like the fourth date.
Yeah. I mean, if you're offering sex and the guy turns you down, that's going to be pretty offensive.
Yeah. So
I get where she's coming from, but I mean, I get his point too. But it turns out, and yes, I'm going to just spoil it and jump to the end of this, is that, he's gay.
Well, he says he doesn't know.
But he wasn't attracted to her.
Yeah, he wasn't attracted to her. And apparently he's never been attracted to a girl, even though he's had girlfriends. And he's never had sex with a girl, and he doesn't know if he wants to.
Right.
I mean, he's gay. He just can't admit it
Yeah, he didn't, like, full out and come out.
He seemed really happy to tackle Steve. and straddle on top of him.
He did. You're right. Yeah, because Steve was talking some shit about Kelly.
Yeah. Steve was being an asshole like always.
Always, yeah. Yeah, Steve was just like, because he wants Kelly, he was all in their business and like asking, hey, how'd it go? And, you know, when he found out nothing happened, which Steve told him, then he's teasing him like, oh, you can't even get on with that slut, basically.
Right.
So, yeah. But I mean,
which I can't totally disagree with that, basically. Because she really did. Like, she just took off all her clothes. First date.
Right, yeah.
That's aggressive.
Yeah. So, yeah, Steve is major ass. I wonder if he's ever going to get a girlfriend.
Didn't he date somebody in the current season? Or the season we just watched? Before the summer
I don't think he dated somebody. There was like a girl that had accused him of date rape in the past that came up. But,
yeah.
You know, which is believable.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't remember
that accusation would really stick.
Yeah, I don't remember him actually dating anybody.
All right.
He's just gross. So, okay, so back to Dylan and Brenda. So they end up in the bathroom in the middle of the night. Am I jumping ahead here?
No,
I don't know.
No, that's fine.
It's just kind of awkward. Nothing's happening. He kind of flirts with her, and eventually she gives in and jumps on top of him.
Yeah, with broken ribs.
Right. It is the most unrealistic thing that I've ever seen. He's all like bandaged up on the couch. And it's weird too, because it did seem like flirting, like some kind of weird foreplay as she comes in and he's like, oh no, we're the only two here. And she's like, can I get you anything? He wants a soda. He wants sandwiches. He wants a blanket. And then he says, and you. But the whole time it seemed flirty, which was weird.
Yeah, well, it's like, it's the whole thing like, you know, you're going to take care of me. You know, you're going to get me this, you're going to get me that. Kind of, it's the like playing house thing.
So she just literally just threw her body on top of him. And they start like fiercely making out.
And then her dad walks in.
The living room couch. Yeah, not the best idea. So,
her dad is furious.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of feel sorry for him.
The dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the dad didn't want him there in the first place. So then he's loudly fighting with the mom and saying, you know, oh, how long is he supposed to be, you know, is he supposed to be laid up for? And she's like, 5 days. And he's been here 3? Okay, 2 days, then he's fucking out of here.
Right.
Fuck this piece of shit.
So, Dylan, obviously feeling unwanted, leaves a note for Brenda and takes off. And nobody knows where he went, including her. And she is freaking out.
Yeah.
And where he goes is messed up. He goes to the cabana that his parents used to, you know, use at the beach club when he was a kid.
But it's somebody else's cabana now.
Yeah.
How he knows that they're not there, I don't know.
Well, he was like hiding in front of it until when they were locking up. So I think maybe he'd been seen in the windows and stuff. And
maybe they can only be there at night or during the day anyway, because it looks like they're closing up the beach resort or whatever you want to call it, the country club. It looks like they're closing it up, so maybe you can only use it during the day.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so he breaks in there, sleeps on the couch. Brandon finds him in the morning, and he makes him go home with him.
Yeah, it turns out too that he was supposed to go to his mom's.
Yeah.
Now that this has happened, that his dad's been taken to jail and his mom lives in Hawaii, but he hasn't seen his mom in 3 years.
3 years, and she expects him to just give up his whole life and come to Hawaii.
Apparently the only contact he has with her is the occasional, like, drunken or whacked out, you know, drugged out call,
right,
like, early in the morning.
It sounds awful.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him.
I mean, in her defense, though, they are on different times. I think Hawaiian time's an hour earlier, or 2 hours earlier. I think it's only an hour earlier than LA.
Okay, so how is that? Any help for her?
Huh?
How's that make it better? Anyway, I want to know too, like what they said, what all they said. Shut up.
That's the sound of that joke and it's just sailing over your head. It's like a 747.
You're a jerk.
Okay.
But they said everything they took, and I think the only thing he got to keep was his car.
Well, the dad asked him what assets he had. Mm-hmm. It was like, well, what's in his name? And he said his car. That's all he owns. No money, nothing else.
So he's basically homeless.
I guess. He's got a car.
Yeah.
It's kind of a home.
I guess a home on wheels. So, yeah. So then in the end, him and Jim talk, and he decides to let him stay until he gets his shit together.
Yeah. So we'll see how long that lasts.
Even though he knows he's sleeping with his daughter.
No, not anymore, though. So broken up.
But they were making out. I think they're back together.
I don't know about that.
We'll see. Yeah. I think they are. And remember, we have an over-under on how long till they have sex again. They still haven't had sex.
That's true, but it's only been one episode.
And they're already making out.
Yeah. I like my side of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you might win that bet.
And then the last thing, just real quick, in the acting class with Elvis.
Oh, yeah. Stupid.
What's her name? Donna and Jim?
No.
John?
Stop saying names. God damn, I should know his name. Brian Austin Green is the name of the actor. David. David Silver.
David. Okay. Yeah. David and Donna are paired as Romeo and Juliet, and they both are terrible.
Terrible.
So, in order to try to salvage their grade, they switch parts. And he's Juliet, and she's Romeo. And everyone, like, fucking Andrea's dying. Like, just thinks it's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not that damn funny.
She'd really like Monty Python, I guess. It's like women or men dressed as women. It's the height of comedy.
Right.
But, yeah, so Elvis scolds them and says, hey, I'm not a hound dog. And he says that you went for the cheap laugh. It was very funny, though. You make a very hilarious woman. But you're going to do it again, and this time you can do it the right way.
So we'll see what happens there. I mean, we know eventually they're going to become a couple.
And then not be a couple.
Yeah. That's where we left off with them, actually.
After he decides that he's going to fuck around.
Yeah. Well, okay, this is season 2.
Yes,
that was season 5, the end of season 5.
Right.
And they still haven't had sex. So.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
It's a long time.
It's a long time to go without sex.
Especially to be in a relationship.
To be like 17, 18, like 16, 17, 18 and not have sex. Yeah, that's tough.
So I don't blame him that much.
Hey, it's a teenage romance. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that's kind of where we leave it off. So
absolutely nothing happened with Brandon this episode.
No, Brandon was just kind of around.
Although last episode, that's how it was for Brenda, so I guess that's fair.
Yeah, it was a totally Brandon episode last episode.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens next time.
Next time, Dylan and Brenda will have sex because they're living in the same house together.
And you only have to go through the bathroom to get into each other's bedroom.
Oh, I know.
So you don't have to go through the hallway.
No. No, it's like designed for shenanigans.
Right.
But yeah, so that's the episode. I don't know. You got anything more to say about this episode?
Nope.
All right, well then take us home.
All right, so, tell your friends, give us the stars, and write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Keep those letters coming. We're reading them and doing nothing with them.
Not true. We do the things. We say stuff.
Right. Well, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.